Great call yesterday, by the way. The man, the myth, the legend, Will Dissly with the Seattle Seahawks came, and did he have some nuggets? I was so funny. I got about a dozen different like titles and one-liners and inspirational moments. And there was a part of that, for those of you that were on our skills class, we talked a lot about Will. We talked a lot about the messaging, and I delivered 14 strategies to take what you've done so far this year and make Q3 your best quarter ever. But the one thing was that in Will's world, and he said this straight up, right? Hey, I get paid to practice. It's true. However, and boy, isn't it true in our world, right? Every day we're talking about something inspirational, motivational. We're delivering the skills. We're talking about taking action. We're talking about the little things. Do it today, do it today, do it today, with the expectation that if we do these things, we're going to have the outcomes that we want, that match our goals. Well, folks, we're at the end of the quarter. The quarter is over. We've gone through 2 of them now. It's time to review. What Will has is every Sunday he gets to go play football, and at the end of the game there's this thing called a scoreboard that tells him whether or not all of that practice, all of those actions during the week paid off. It's the production, right? And so if you have not done so already, now's the time to do your review. Now's the time to figure out whether or not all of those well-intentioned actions, all of that motivation and inspiration actually produced the results that you want. Because here's the bottom line. It's always about winning in the end, right? You have to be able to feed your families. You have to be able to impact your communities. This is about changing lives. So we get through the day-to-day grind, the week-to-week grind, the month-to-month grind. And at the end of the quarter, we got to determine whether or not it worked. If you haven't done your review, please reach out to your ACMD. They have a great 1-page little quick boom, 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 boom. Takes about 15 minutes. They'll get you the reports on your production. They'll do all those things. If you didn't join us in the skills class yesterday, again, get the recording. Go back and watch it. It's 14 just simple things that you can be doing to make sure that Q3 is the absolute best you can possibly be. I talked a little bit yesterday about the fact that as you're doing your measurement, how are you measuring it against? Okay. And what are you measuring it against? We talk about goals. We talk about production. Okay. It's time to look and say, hey, what things were, what things worked, so that I'm going to do more of? What obstacles did I have that I'm going to do less of? We talked about things that I was doing that I need to stop right now. We talked about things that I wasn't doing that I need to start right now. Will Dissly is a pro. He did a lot of things really, really well to get there. You heard some things that he's doing now going into his 4th year. Like, this is old hat for him, going into his 4th year in training camp where he's going to go compete with 90 other men for his job. Things that most of us would be like, oh, I can't possibly do that. Did you hear him say, I'm not going to watch television for 6 weeks, because he was afraid that it might impact his sleep. And sleep was the #1 thing for his growth and success. I wonder how many of us are willing to commit and do something as extreme. It seems odd. It's really not that extreme, right? But as extreme as not watching television for 6 weeks. In order for us to succeed, we've got to be part of the top 13%. We got to be a pro. We got to make sure that we get to the pro level. Once we're at the pros, it doesn't mean that we get to lay back on our laurels. It means that we need to even be better. It's that 1% compound effect, right? Again, we are all in this together, right? So every day we're bringing the heat, right? The motivation, the inspiration, the skill sets, and the actions. It's time to measure. Are you on track? I know our organization is up 58% year over year. We're ahead of track, right? But you got to be able to measure it. So I hope that helps. As always, be distinctive, get out there and figure out whether or not you're winning. Talk to you later.